international fighters, Olympic fighters from Toronto, and a lot of fighters would come in. Like you mentioned, that first family of fighting from Montreal.
The Hilton brothers all came here. They actually had their first amateur fights here when they were little kids. Boxed here a long time ago. We had Billy Irwin came in here. We had kids from Australia, went to the Australian Olympic. They came here and trained. A couple of English kids came in and trained. We had Mike Strange came in, did an interview one time. We had
Asif Dar trained here, and he fought at the Olympics for
in
Pakistan, right?
In 84 and then 85. He went to 2 Olympics. So.
Right.
And Dan Sherry, Johnny Shock, bunch of Commonwealth Games guys.
Pretty well, anybody from Eastern Canada who's on a national team would come here.
Pretty well. I mean, and we always visiting guys come in. We do have a lot of training camps here with guys, and it was a place to be. It was a place you come go to Cabbagetown. And we had a lot of guys went through. A lot of good professional fighters went through here. A lot of great amateur boxers came through here.
I remember when Mike Traynor signed Sean O'Sullivan, and world amateur champion, your good friend, and they had a press conference here, and they brought in Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, when he stepped in here, he took off his sports jacket, and my buddy was here. And he said to my buddy, "Can you hold my jacket?" And my buddy was just like, he was dumbfounded.
He was, and a great guy. Like you wouldn't realize, but the guy we fought on a couple of cards, I go, try this. So he's telling me a few techniques to use. What a great thrill! Like it's like, wow, okay, man, yeah, I'll listen to you.
Yep.
No, and a lot of the guys and just down there, and most fighters that you probably know better than I do. Most fighters in general are nice guys. I go to the Hall of Fame, all the old guys, old fighters talking about. It's always the same thing. And I went to a gym in Cuba, and I'm talking to this coach who was a silver medalist at the World Championships. It's like we're here, but we're in Cuba. It's like home. Like all gyms are like the same. Right. So like people come in here, it's like, it's so nice here. It's like just open up, and it's a great feeling.
And you had Jake LaMotta here.
Jake was here. My favorite fighter.
Yeah.
Jake, and we had a couple other guys. George always drops by every once in a while. Donnie Long came by for a visit one day.
What was Jake doing? Was that when they were filming Raging Bull?
Yeah, no, it was over. They were promoting the movie.
Oh, the movie, okay.
So they were promoting it, so I'd come and talk to the guys. Yeah, Lalonde came, so it was good to see Donnie again. I trained with Donnie in Kitchener, so a lot of fun.
Did Remo DiCarlo ever train here?
He might have came here. I can't remember.
Yeah. You fought him, right?
I fought him twice, actually. Fought him in the amateurs and the pros.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we fought in the old Lansdowne.
Well, I'm sure I covered both those fights, but I'll tell you one thing. When you say John Calvin and Remo DiCarlo, 2 local fighters who attained really good results, 2 of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet. To me, that's what boxing's all about.
Thanks.
Rough and tumble sport. But great guys,
Oh, thanks. Yeah, Remo, like nobody has any animosity towards each other. Like a lot of guys, you fought that guy, and you're in the ring, and you're like Remo and I. It was tough. It was a war.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And,
was that a varsity?
Yeah, it was a varsity. It was like a war, but we had no problem. You hug each other, you shake hands. I ran into Remo about 3 years ago. Hey, how you doing? We're like best buddies.
Yeah.
Like, when you share 10, 12 rounds, 8 rounds in a ring with a guy, you get to know each other pretty good.
Yeah.
And you become friends. You have respect for each other, and that's what we teach here. It's like you go and beat a guy up for 3 rounds, and it's like no matter if you win or lose, like after, you have to give anybody credit. If you can walk in that ring, and that's half the battle. Once you're in there and throwing punches, man, it's a hard sport. I loved it, but it's tough.